Now is Republican Congressman Darren LaHood, who has been appointed to a new bipartisan House Select Committee on China. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Larry and Robin.
We certainly want to talk to you about that. But first, what do you expect or what have you heard that we have gotten in the way of anything from this balloon so far in its retrieval?
Well, we're going to have a hearing on the House Intelligence Committee to learn evidence from our intelligence officials on exactly what happened. But I think many of us in Congress in a bipartisan way are concerned about the Chinese violating our sovereignty, violating our airspace, and having this balloon kind of leisurely go across really strategic areas of the United States. We have as it's been publicly reported, particularly over Montana, nuclear sites there and also air bases. And so again, the Chinese have not been upfront and honest with other things they've said in the past. I think many of us are weary of what they were doing with that balloon and frankly, them not being upfront with the United States.
You have said that you tell people all the time China has a plan to replace us and they're working at it every single day. True?
Absolutely. I just got put on the Select Committee on China, which is a bipartisan committee we put together in the Congress. China does have a plan to replace us, and they're working at it every day, whether that's technologically, militarily, economically, or diplomatically. And the quicker we wake up to that, Robin, the better off the United States is going to be. And so China abides by a different set of rules and standards that every other industrialized country in the world does. And so part of what we're going to do in a bipartisan way is expose the malign activities of China, whether that's in the South China Sea, whether that's with Taiwan, whether that's with Hong Kong, or in Xinjiang. And so this new Select Committee hopefully can bring some resolutions and policy proposals forward to help change the dynamic that we have with China now.
Hasn't this been going on for a very long time, though? Corporate espionage and cyber spying? What have we been doing up to this point of a bipartisan Select Committee?
Well, a couple things, Larry, that I would just mention. Let's also not forget who Putin's #1 ally is in the war with Ukraine. Xi Jinping of China calls it an unbreakable bond with Putin, who is a war criminal, in my view. He invaded Ukraine in an unprovoked, illegal way. And China is their #1 ally, by the way, along with Iran and North Korea. And they continue to double down in their support for Ukraine. That's #1. Number two, again, you look at the forced labor camps that they have in Xinjiang and the persecution over 1 million Uyghurs. Again, they continue to engage in this type of activity. You're correct, Larry. It's gone on for a long time, but we're at another level now where the Chinese have really upped their game in terms of this kind of quiet war with the United States. And so we believe now is the time to have the Select Committee in place and work in a bipartisan way. And the last point that I will make, Larry, is this is not a Republican or Democrat issue. This is an American issue for our future.
All right, Congressman LaHood, we appreciate you joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
have a good day.
You too. It is 7:08. Someone in Washington State has won $747 million in the power